right in his car.
First of all, we do know that the city of New Orleans was impacted by a terrorist attack. It's all still under investigation. You'll hear more after me. However, I have been in direct contact with the White House, with Governor Landry, and of course a unified command who is present here. What I'm asking at this time are prayers for those who have lost their lives in the city of New Orleans due to this tragedy.
Social media buzz. I want to thank everybody that's been rock with the buzz. I want to send my prayers and my condolences out to the families that's been affected in this story. An aspiring nurse, a football star, a single mother, and a father of two was unalived in an attack in New Orleans. An 18-year-old woman dreaming of becoming a nurse, a single mother, a father of two, and a former Princeton football star was all unalived in this horrible accident in New Orleans on New Year's Eve. In a later statement, it has been known that it was more victims, but their name has not been released due to not having an autopsy done yet. They said it was about 30 people injured. My prayers go out to the victims once again. The 18-year-old mom took to her Facebook page and made a very heartfelt post. And it said, when your parents say don't go anywhere, please listen to them. This was an act of terrorism, and now my baby is gone, y'all. My baby is gone. She is no longer with us. I lost my baby. Just pray for me and my family. Please, God, I need you now. Very sad, and we as social media is sad as well. So it's a lot of viral videos going around, and they blaming this 18-year-old for not listening to her mom. I don't agree with none of that. Mom also came back and made another post and asked people, do not make a GoFundMe account for her daughter. Her job insured her daughter. They do not need that. Give the other victims the opportunity to be able to bury their loved ones. And I feel mom on that. So we're going to listen to some video clips of different people's opinions and stuff like that. And we're going to catch up on who was this guy actually driving this pickup truck and decided to do this heinous crime on New Year's Eve. Let's get into it.
A car plowed into a group of revelers on Bourbon Street. We have just learned that 10 people are now confirmed dead, 30 others injured. Police say this was an intentional act. The suspect, we're told, is on the loose. This is video from Bourbon Street captured by our ABC station WGNO in New Orleans. Authorities say the driver took off after hitting the victims and is not yet in custody. All this happening around 3:15 this morning. Eyewitnesses on the scene and on social media are reporting a very grim scene. They're saying they've seen that truck plow into the barricades and the crowds of people. The New Orleans Police Department says it was 100% staffed for New Year's Eve and the Sugar Bowl today, and that an additional 300 officers were already on duty from outside agencies. We are, of course, working to confirm more information for you, but again, a very grim scene on Bourbon Street near Canal Street in New Orleans.
You can imagine, we do have some new video into CNN that is very tough to look at. We have blurred some of the images here, but you can see some of the carnage that was left behind.
This was somebody's baby, somebody's sister, somebody's niece. Again, I'm going to say again, this shouldn't have happened. And guys, I'm not saying don't live in fear, okay? But this is a strange time. We have to be careful, okay? We have to be careful in the places that we are going right now, because the world is just upside down and it's full of not so good people. Okay, just like God has his people, the devil has his people too. Because this didn't have anything to do with God. This is a baby, a beautiful baby. And again, I'm praying for her family and all the rest of the victims. I just saw that video with that truck going down Bourbon Street like that. I don't even want to play the video, but it's pretty bad. And this child and a lot of others did not deserve that. And even the ones that's in the hospital fighting for their lives, I'm hoping and praying that they make it through. But this is a child. She was just there to have a good time. We all done been on Bourbon and Canal to have a good time. Young. And it shouldn't have happened. And then the thing about it, the person that did it, is gone. So he can't be put in jail. He can't, nothing's gonna happen. But these people done lost their life. What a way to bring in a new year. What a way. Y'all be blessed. Hugs and love. Praying for all families. J-Lo.
Y'all young people gonna get enough of not listening to your parents. Y'all gonna get enough of not listening to your guardians.
I'm sorry, but the way people keep victim blaming Nakira Cheyenne from the New Orleans attack really makes me sick to my stomach. So many girls in the world have moments. Shoot, teenagers, people period, have moments where people say, don't do this, and they go do it. So the fact that y'all are sitting on here being so insensitive, talking about, oh, her mom told her not to go, and she went. How many people parents told them not to do stuff and they still went to do what they wanted to do? She didn't lose her life because of not listening to her mom. She lost her life because some lunatic wanted to go around and kill people on New Year's. That's why she lost her life. Condolences to her parents, condolences to her family, and I hate that she had to lose her life that way. Like, it really was messed up. This girl was about to go to nursing school and everything. All she wanted to do was go and have fun. And then lost her life from trying to have fun. Something everybody wants to do.
Nakira Cheyenne's story is going viral because her mom wanted to go viral. Her mom wanted her to be out here in the public eye. She don't want nobody to forget her daughter's name. So if you are a person that wants somebody's name not to be forgotten, you got to reach out to social media outlets and get the story out there. So in the rest of this viral story, we're going to listen to heart-wrenching testimony.
3:15, everybody just chilling. We having a good time, music playing and all that. A truck, I didn't know it was a Ford F-150. I thought it was like a Yukon or something. A truck hits the corner and comes barreling through people, throwing people like a movie scene, like real life, throwing people into the air. They falling under the car, all of that. And a good friend of mine actually passed away from getting hit by it. And you know the little divots in the wall just like this? So this is what a lot of people jumped into to get away from the truck. But yeah, so after it gets past us, the guy ends up getting out and shooting people. Like, he had ARs and bombs and all that, man. But the aftermath was really what got me. Like, bodies all up and down the street. Everybody screaming and hollering. You look down, you see somebody doing CPR. You look around, people crying on the floor. Like, brains matter all over the ground. And yeah, it really hurt me to see like one of my closest friends like that. So we ran one way, like about 5 feet away from the curb, and we ran into the bar to be protected by the little divot. And I'm supposing I could have sworn she was behind me, but now that I'm doing the math, it's seeming like she ran a different direction. But I was assuming she was behind me. So when I ran into there, her cousin was also with me. Her best friend was also with me. So I saw her, and then I'm moving people out of the way to try and find her because she's quite small. So I'm moving people out of the way to try and find her. I'm saying, nah, like, where is she? And I turn my head, and it's her in the street, just leaking blood, and I knew. She looked peaceful though. I'm glad she went peacefully. You know, she was about to go to college actually in about 2 weeks. About to go to college. She works at a hospital, making good money right now, but she wanted to be an RN, a travel nurse. So we were at the bar, the Desires, and hit her and flung her like at least 30 feet. At least 30 feet. And yeah, man, I was lucky to be alive. I'm lucky to be alive right now. This is my first time being in Bourbon, by the way. So, like, insane first experience. I'll never come back. Like, you won't ever see me here again. But I think it was Desires or some along right across from Voodoo Chicken. So, yeah, we were right across from there, and then everything started to unfold. It was insane, man. Like, the real closest thing to a war zone I've ever seen.
A couple in New Orleans on a balcony overlooking the famed Bourbon Street. The FBI calling the attack here premeditated and evil. And while the investigation continues, authorities say they are now confident that the attacker acted alone. They also say new evidence, including video posted to social media, shows that Army veteran Shamsud-Din Jabbar was, quote, 100% inspired by ISIS. This world-famous party known as Bourbon Street reopened to the public today, demonstrating yet again the Big Easy's ability to bounce back. And tonight, we're also learning more about the 14 people killed in the attack, their families mourning a loss on a day on the calendar set aside for celebration. We're going to hear some of their stories in just a moment. And while investigators say the attacker was killing in the name of ISIS, the FBI is also asking for tips from the public tonight, releasing these images of Jabbar an hour before the attack, along with a photo of a cooler with an explosive device inside. CBS's Omar Villafranca now with everything we know about the investigation.
I need EMS to get down Bourbon now. We have dozens of people that got hit by this car.
Less than 48 hours after the deadly attack on Bourbon Street, a clearer picture of the man behind the mayhem. FBI officials say they now believe 42-year-old Shamsud-Din Jabbar acted alone in carrying out the New Year's Day attack that left at least 14 people dead.
An act of terrorism. It was premeditated and an evil act. We do not assess at this point that anyone else involved in this attack except for Shamsud-Din Jabbar. Investigators believe Jabbar picked up the rented F-150 in Houston, Texas on December 30th. He then drove from Houston to New Orleans on the evening of the 31st, and he posted several videos to an online platform proclaiming his support for ISIS. There were 5 videos posted on Jabbar's Facebook account, which are time-stamped beginning at 1:29 a.m. and the last at 3:02 a.m. In the first video, Jabbar explains he originally planned to harm his family and friends, but was concerned the news headlines would not focus on the, quote, war between the believers and the disbelievers, end quote. Additionally, he stated he had joined ISIS before this summer. He also provided a will and testament. On New Year's morning, Jabbar opened fire after ramming through a blocked-off area of Bourbon Street, used his truck as a weapon to run over the victims. We do not believe the public is in any danger around any of these locations. Evidence technicians will also be going over the F-150 truck Jabbar was driving. As you know, we recovered an ISIS flag from the back of the vehicle. FBI bomb technicians also recovered 2 IEDs in coolers, one from the cross-section of Bourbon and Orleans Street, and the second at an intersection approximately 2 blocks away. There were multiple reports of other devices. Those reports turned out to be misinformation or not actual functioning devices. Those are the only 2 devices that we've been able to recover that were functional. Both devices were rendered safe on scene. We did obtain surveillance footage showing Jabbar placing the devices where they were found. Jabbar himself was born in the United States and is a U.S. military veteran. We are looking in everything in his life. While we have interviewed many people who know Jabbar, we still need to talk to others.
Unfortunately, The families does not receive proper justice in this case. The suspect was unalive upon arrest. I want to send my prayers and my condolences once again to all the victims' families and friends. Make sure you push like, comment, and share this channel so I can bring more buzzes like this to you guys. Peace.